Okay, welcome to the video for World English 3 3rd edition. Uh, this is Unit 2, um, Discuss Mental Influences. For the listening section, we will be listening to an interview about cognitive biases. But before we get to the listening, we have sections A and B, which you can write what you think in the comments below. In A, you're looking at these two girls. Their names are Lucy and Maria. And what similarities or differences do you think they have? Do you think one is more outgoing than the other? Do you think one is very shy? Who do you think is more polite, etc.? Again, write in the comments. And for B, we have two situations. What would you do? How would you react? Would you say something? Situation 1, you are at a park. A young boy is crying. A woman sitting next to the boy is looking at her phone instead of taking care of him. Situation 2, you are at a drugstore. You have been waiting to pay for a long time. Suddenly, a man runs to the front of the line. He buys one thing and leaves the store without saying sorry to anyone. Write in the comments for one or both of the situations. What would you do? What would you say? What would you think? All right, so we are now going to be doing the listening, which will be an interview about cognitive biases and some examples. And there are 3 questions about the listening. So let me open the activity. And the questions are, but again, this is what you will be listening for. What do the speakers say about cognitive biases? What is an example of the halo effect? What is an example of the actor-observer bias? All right, so I'm going to scroll down. You will not see question 1. Please remember, what do the speakers say about cognitive biases? All right, so you know what you're listening for. I will play the audio in 3, 2, 1.
Hello. My guest today is Tanya Collingwood, who's going to talk about some ways our minds can trick us. Tanya?
Thank you. Most people trust themselves to make good decisions, but sometimes cognitive biases can have an effect.
Cognitive biases?
Yes, cognitive means how people think and understand, and a bias is something that's not equal or fair.
So a cognitive bias can change how we think or understand something?
That's right. For example, the halo effect is one cognitive bias. When we think a person or thing is attractive, our minds believe that he, she, or it has other skills or benefits. This feeling can have an effect on what we do. For example, think about advertisements on TV. The actors are usually attractive people, right?
Yeah.
We find the actors attractive, so our minds tell us that the products they're advertising are probably good quality or useful. And so, we might decide to buy those products.
But what if the products are not good quality or useful?
Doesn't matter. The halo effect makes us think they are.
Wow.
Here's another cognitive bias. Imagine you see a mother with her son. The boy's crying, but the mother looks angry and doesn't hug him. Is she a bad parent?
Hard to say, but probably yes.
Okay, now imagine you're with your son. He's crying because he's in trouble. He told you a lie. You want to hug him, but you also want him to know that lies are bad. Are you a bad parent?
Well, no. I mean, children need to learn lying is bad, right?
People often do this. They think the behavior of other people is bad, but see their own behavior as good. Why? It's a cognitive bias we call the actor-observer effect.
So when I do the action, I see it in a positive way. But when another person does it, I see it in a negative way?
Yes, right.
So both the halo effect and the actor-observer bias change how our minds see things? Am I right?
There are other cognitive biases that have different effects, but you're right about the actor-observer effect and the halo effect.
Can we stop them from affecting our minds?
Some people are affected by biases a lot, and some people are affected a little. Still, if we know about cognitive biases and keep them in mind, we can reduce their effects.
Okay, we've listened to the interview about cognitive biases. Now, to answer these questions, I will give you as much time as you need. Pause the video now. All right, so I have scrolled up so that we can look at the answers. What did the speaker say about cognitive biases? They affect how people understand things. What is an example of the halo effect? Well, thinking that somebody who's attractive or is wearing great clothes must be intelligent. And what is an example of the actor-observer bias? Remember, the actor-observer bias, you do something, you think it's right. You see somebody else doing the same thing, you think it's wrong. So, an example here would be a girl who believes that she failed a test because she was sick on the test day, but believes other people failed because they did not study enough. All right. You can pause the video to take notes or whatever you need to do now. All right. I'm going to close this in 3, 2, 1. All right. We are now in the pronunciation part of the video. But before we get to the pronunciation, as usual, wherever you see work in a group, discuss these questions. This is where you can write in the comments what you think, what you believe. But I'm going to get straight to the pronunciation. Okay, pronunciation. TH sounds. So, the letter TH may be voiced, which means your throat vibrates, or unvoiced, no vibration. Voiced would be words like the, that, breathe. So when you're saying that, you can actually feel your throat vibrate. Unvoiced, thin, both, theater. All right, in names, TH is sometimes pronounced as T, such as Thomas, the river Thames. In some compound words, TH is pronounced separately as T and then H, such as adulthood. Remember, adulthood is actually two words, adult and hood. Adulthood. Compound word. All right. For the activity, you're going to listen to 6 speakers and you're just going to check voiced or unvoiced. Let's open the activity. And I will play the audio in 3, 2, 1.
We find the actors attractive, so our minds tell us that the products they're advertising are probably good quality or useful. And so, we might decide to buy those products.
But what if the products are not good quality or useful?
Doesn't matter. The halo effect makes us think they are.
Wow.
Here's another cognitive bias. Imagine you see a mother with her son. The boy's crying, but the mother looks angry and doesn't hug him. Is she a bad parent?
All right. Voiced or unvoiced? Take as long as you need. Pause the video now. All right. So we're going to quickly check the answers. Products they're advertising. Voice. There. The. To buy those products. Voice. Those. Again, the. Makes us think. Unvoiced. Think. Think. There's no vibration in the throat. Here's another cognitive voice. Another. The. A mother with her son. Unvoiced. With her son. The mother looks angry. Voiced. Mother. Okay. If you need to take notes or copy this down, take as long as you need. Pause the video now. All right. Well, that is the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and of course, you can always write your opinions for anything such as goal check or anything else that you see in the book. Just write your comments below, and that's it. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.